Welcome everyone to episode 10 of the Fuck It podcast, where we're looking to show people if you can change your mind, you can change your life. I'm your host, Frank McGovern. I have a special guest on here with me today, Jerry Hammond. Actually, have met Jerry relatively recently from a mutual coach that we have, Wes Watson. And he just has very inspiring and motivating, content that he puts out and a very inspiring and motivating story. So I felt it would be great to have him on the podcast. So Jerry, welcome. I appreciate you coming on and just share with the audience, a little bit about yourself and your story.
Appreciate you having me, bro. I'm Jerry Hammond. I'm an international tattoo artist and a life coach. And I travel the world tattooing. I'm from San Francisco originally when I was 17. I used to get into a lot of trouble, man, when I was a young kid. When I was 17, I shot somebody, had to move to Mexico, didn't speak any Spanish at all, got in trouble in Mexico, was crazy. Started tattooing, almost did 80 years in prison in Mexico for some attempted murder down there. And now what I do is I tattoo and travel the world and help people change their lives, man. Keep it short.
No, that's good. That's good. So at what point have you, did you start like making some like positive changes? Like where, it sounds like when you were young, like you were getting into some serious trouble. At what point in your life did you start making some positive changes and go from, how you were living to how you're living now?
Bro, I always felt like I couldn't do shit good, bro. Like I could just lie, like I could just do dope, I could sell dope, I could just do violent shit, And I was going through it when I was in Mexico. I was living with a cop, bro, for 6 years out there. It was wild, man. I was just out of control. And then when I got I was gonna do the 80 years. When I got out of that shit, man, my mom, she was on the run from the cops in the States. I came across the border to get her, bring her down to Mexico too. My pops, he was already down there. But my mom was a drug addict. She was doing meth ever since I was a kid. That's why I shot the motherfucker that I shot, because he was selling dope to my mom. So I went across, got her.
And how old were you when you did when that happened?
I was 17.
17, okay.
Yeah, so I brought her across the border, and she was like, "Man, I need some dope, dude. Like I can't get off this shit. I need some dope." And I was always against it, but I was always selling this shit too. But I didn't want my mom doing it,
Yeah.
Anyways, I ended up getting into it, started doing it with her, bro. And things got crazy. Then I just got even more out of control. And I just felt like I was rotting inside, bro, because I was just doing the worst things, And I got to a point where I was like, man, I don't want to be here no more. I just want to put a bullet in my head. Like every day I was just thinking about putting a motherfucking bullet in my head because I was tired of just doing what I was doing. So I told my girl at the time, I said, hey, I'm done. I'm out, man. I'm trying to, I was being a punk, bro. I was being a bitch. I was being a little victim. And so I feel like just putting a bullet in my head. She was like, go ahead, do it. Just don't do it in front of my daughter. I was like, damn, this bitch is cold.
Yeah, you're like, damn, I was trying to get you to talk me out of this shit.
Yeah, I was looking for some bitch shit, man. Yeah. So I'll always commend her for having that response, man. At the time, I didn't understand it, but she was right. I was being a bitch. So I hit up a friend of mine. I didn't know who to talk to. I said, man, this is how I'm feeling, man. They say, meet me in Tucson. So we go to Tucson. I go to Tucson and I see my homie Joey. Me and him, we didn't get along really at the time. He used to be a big heroin dealer in Tucson. He got shot a couple times. He did some time. And I heard him talking about God and talking about this and that. And I'm like, this fake ass motherfucker. This motherfucker's over here bullshitting. Yeah. Then the way that he said it, bro, I was listening because we were walking. It was a Christmas time. We were checking out Christmas lights. I was with my sister. You know how the fucking houses, they set up that shit?
Yep.
And the way that he said it, I said, hey, bro, what's up with you, man? Like, what's up with this fake shit? And he was like, nah, man, like, God saved my life, bro. And I was like, oh, shit. What? Today's Saturday. Can I go to church with you tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday, right? He was like, bro, everybody's welcome at this church, bro. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. So I get over there, bro, and the Pastor Scotty, man, I'll never forget it. That's what changed the whole fucking chip in my mind. He said, check this out. All of you motherfuckers that are going through some shit, you're over here, you're looking for sex, you're looking for drugs, alcohol, violence. And I was like, damn, this motherfucker's talking to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, this motherfucker talking. And there's like 1,000 people there. And he was like, there's the key. He had a big ass key, a metal key. He was like, there's the key like this. for your happiness to be happy, to, you know, unlock yourself, to have a good life. But all you guys are looking for it outside, and it's inside.
Yep.
And I was like, God damn, right when he said that, bro, I was like, that. So I started looking inside, bro. And that's when everything started changing. I started reading books. I started going to meditations. I started taking serious working out, started building myself as a man, bro. Started serving other humans. And that's what changed it, bro. It was those words. That's why I make my videos, because I understand how powerful words are.
Yeah.
That it just take a few words to really change someone's outlook on life. It changed your whole perspective.
Now, how old were you when this happened? Like when you met the pastor and you went to,
I would
or
say,
like how long ago was it?
man, this was about maybe 8 years ago.
Okay. So
More or less. I'm really bad with dates. The only dates I really remember is when I shot that motherfucker, and when I almost did the 80 years in prison. And other than that, I'm bad with dates.
that makes two of us. That makes two of us. So yeah, like what you had mentioned, you know, because I think that like one thing in life that I think like fulfillment comes from helping other people. Like I genuinely feel that
100%.
applies to literally everyone, and it just takes, you know, some a lot longer to figure that out, myself included. Like I didn't really kind of, especially like even acknowledging it verbally, right? Like just kind of how I grew up, and like, you know, like, oh man, I don't want to fucking help people, and like I don't want to say that me helping someone else makes me feel good, right? Like I thought that was like some bitch shit, to be honest.
Some weak shit.
Yeah, but in reality, like to me, like I always tell people now, man, like I've gotten some really big checks in my life, but like just helping someone else, right? Like, and just kind of seeing the gratitude and the impact that that can have, like the joy and fulfillment I get from that stuff, like I get from nothing else like in this world. Uh,
100%.
so just kind of talk about that, because I know just from your content and like just how you're speaking, like that is like important to you. But like, do you agree with that?
Bro, that's daily, bro. If I'm not helping people, bro, then I'm like, I feel lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that that's my purpose. I feel like that's everybody's purpose. If I should be the best person I can be, first I need to take care of me, and then I need to be able to help everybody else. The more people I help, bro, the bigger the impact I'm gonna leave, and that's life for me. That's success for me, is being alive, helping other humans. Because I know so many people are going through that darkness that I know oh so
Yeah.
well. So I need to. It's my responsibility that I woke up, that I need to daily, hey, motherfuckers, wake the fuck up. There's a better way. There's another way. It's this way.
Yeah.
I understand you still going that way, bro, but hey, come on, I'm going this way. Let's roll.
Yeah, and you
So,
talked about like that darkness, right? And to me, right, like there's light and dark inside of us all, right?
hell yeah.
And through life experience and just, you know, some people got it real easy. Some people have a lot more darkness and like less light, and like vice versa. But like it's inside of all of us, right? So it's like, you know, and I'm saying this because like for a while, like many years, is like I lived in the fucking dark and just was negative and like a fucking, you know, like let my bitch voice take control like too much, you know. But um it's not in my, I don't like feel like it's something that like you can eliminate the darkness. It's not like the dark's like, you know, you educate yourself, you make these changes, and now like you're happy and shit all the time. Like to me, like I have to.
Hey,
Exactly, right? Like to me, like I got to get up and do some shit in the morning to kind of just trigger like that, like positivity and stuff, where like my mind isn't kind of going to that dark stuff. So is that something like you agree with?
bro, every single day, bro, when I get up, I could go snap someone's fucking neck. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I could do it with no problem, but I choose not to. I have it in me. We all have it in me, but it's like, I don't want to be that monster. I don't want to be that piece of shit. There's always going to be that darkness, but all throughout the day, there's decisions. What decision am I going to make? Am I going to lie? Am I going to do that punk shit? Am I going to rob somebody? No, I'm going to help other humans. That's what it's about. So it's all decisions. But of course, I have that darkness in me, as a man always should.
Yeah.
In case we do need that sometimes.
Sure.
There's times when we need that, if we need to protect ourselves, our family, someone else that needs protection. But we decide that's what a virtuous man does. We can be, like Jordan Peterson says, you should be a monster, but we decide that we're going to be nice and kind every day, as a man should. Take care of people, respect people, love people, and care for others, you know?
Yeah, like they say, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a, you know, in a than a gardener like in a war, right? So like be
Fuck yeah.
like have that, you know, you want to be capable to do bad shit if that's what it, you know, if that's what it takes, and sometimes it does, but it's like you don't want to be consistently doing that when it's not like necessary. And
It's
you
not
were
the way, bro.
and like you said, just choices. Like, and I know like Wes talks about this a lot. And like to me, since I got on his program like back in July, like it's really comes down to just listening to your conscious a lot. Like to me, our
Know the
conscious
answer already.
exactly like our conscious is like always right. It's just a matter of like, hey, are we gonna actually listen to it in the moment, or are we gonna like listen to it in, you know, years or never?
Hell yeah. And the only way to really hear it clearly is by doing your shit that you're supposed to do every day and not drinking, not smoking. Cause I remember even when I was doing a little better and I was still drinking, I didn't hear that clearly. I still heard it, but now it's clear that it screams at me because I'm so clear on what I'm supposed to be doing and I don't have all that shit in my system.
Yeah, 100%. And to me, it's like I never was really in shape my entire life. Like at 40, like I'm in better shape now than I pretty much like ever been. And like to me, you know, people can see like physical change, but like I honestly did not realize the correlation between like, you know, physical, like exercise, fitness, and like the mental clarity and just like mental, you know, the mental work that it does.
Of course, well, it's like on an unconscious level as well. It's like as a person, as a man, how grateful are you to be alive that this was a gift that was given to us. Our heart was a gift, our lungs were a gift that it's running by itself and we're not even going to take care of this. Like you have to be an ungrateful motherfucker. We just need to wake up and see that. But a lot of us don't. But once you start doing it, then you realize, oh shit, it feels good to take care of yourself. And then when you start realizing how grateful and how you should be and how much of a gift life is, it's your duty to take care of this fucking gift.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, touched on gratitude. Like to me, like that's something like, you know, part of the work that I do every morning. Like I meditate, like I'm, you know, we'll say some focus on some stuff that I'm grateful for. But like to me, a good mindset shift or a way to shift your mind, like in a moment, is just fucking think about what you're grateful for. Like, and it's like, you know, people may think like, oh, I don't got nothing to be grateful for. If you fucking live in America and you don't live on the street, you have a lot to fucking be grateful for. Like most and the majority of people in the world, you know, like
100%.
you got clean water to fucking drink, you got a roof over your head, you got socks to put on your feet. Like, you know, I literally like it could be the smallest things that I like will say that I'm grateful for sometimes. Like, you know, I'm grateful I have a bed to sleep in. I'm grateful I can put socks on my feet. You know,
Yeah,
everyone
bro,
has shit to be grateful for.
bro, I moved to Mexico when I was 17. People have no idea how some people live, bro. No idea.
Yeah, yeah. Like I, a mentor, a real estate mentor and business life mentor of mine, Mark Evans, has done like a lot of work in like Haiti. And he's like, man, he's like, they're literally eating like fucking mud pies over there, like legit mud pies, you know? So like think about that like the next time like someone's like you're thinking about bitching and fucking complaining about something that's like so inconsequential.
It's always the motherfuckers that have just had everything and never struggled that are the ungrateful motherfuckers all the time.
100%. Yeah. Like to me, like one, I can always connect with people that have been through struggle and trauma way more than I can connect with people that like haven't. And then to me also like I can appreciate good shit so much more now because of like bad shit that I've been through. But it's like when you don't have that like bad shit or just have trials and tribulations, you get everything handed to you. You know, that's kind of
Uh,
how that's why there's so many snowflakes right now.
100%, bro. Men are weaker than ever, bro. Whenever I got a problem or because I got problems up the ass all the motherfucking time. And I'm like, good. I'm glad there's a fucking problem. Like, why the fuck would I not want problems? Because if I don't have problems, then I'm not going to be able to feel the good. Like, I want to feel that pain. I want to feel the bad stuff. And I'm going to enjoy the good times more. But I enjoy it all. I
Yeah.
want hard fucking times. It's going to make me stronger. Every time some shit comes up, I'm like, fucking great. This is
Yeah.
going to make me better. I'm already feeling good. And this is going to make me even fucking better.
Yeah, 100%. Like to me, like too often in life, we have the perspective like, oh, why is this like happening to me? Like when some bad shit happens. And in reality, life always happens for you. Like, I'm going through like almost finished going kind of through a divorce like right now. And at the end of June, you know, my soon to be ex said she wanted to leave. And for like a week, you know, I'm like, oh, like, why the fuck is this happening? Blah, 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 and feeling like bad for myself. And then like I just was very open and honest, like with myself and reflected and like, you know, like what the fuck did you do to get here? And what do you need to do to never put yourself in this position again? And I've made changes in the last, you know, 4 or 5 months that I probably, you know, should have made many years ago. And because of those changes, again, like I'm in the best shape in my life. And that's not even just physically, like mind, body, and spirit. Like I feel amazing. And it's like, if that situation didn't happen, I may have not made those changes. So like at the in the moment, it was like, ah, what the fuck? It was like a kick in the nuts. But then it's like, no, it's it sounds crazy, like because I'll tell the people this, like I'm actually extremely grateful for like what happened.
That sounds normal. That sounds pretty fucking normal to me.
Yeah,
You know, it's true. It's like if you didn't go through that, then you probably wouldn't be at the point you're at now. And now, when you get into another relationship, you're gonna be able to. You're not gonna be looking for something in the person. You understand? Okay, I'm responsible for me,
exactly. Yep.
and I'm gonna be able to share my greatness with this next person. A lot of people don't get that. I see guys all the time where I'm like, damn, boy, I haven't seen you in a year, bro. What the fuck happened to you? And they're like, man, my girl left me, and I'm like, and they're like, well, and so you stop fucking taking care of yourself because your girl left you, you weak
Yeah.
motherfucker. Handle your shit.
Yeah, like literally, like I met up with Wes like at an event, like literally like a week after like this happened and shit, and like he resonated with me, and like the goal I set was to get like a 6 pack, right? Because again, like I'm not, you know, I weigh 195 right now, but like the majority of my life, I weigh like 240 to 260. So
Oh
like
shit. How tall are you?
6'2".
Oh, okay. Oh,
I
you're a big
carry,
mother.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'll show you a before and after picture. But like you know, people said to me like, "Oh, what are you trying to get a 6 pack because you're like you're going to be single?" I'm like, no. I said I want to get a 6 pack because I know how fucking hard it is going to be for me to actually like accomplish that. Like I'd have to
Well,
be
the people that usually say that shit too are the people that ain't in the best shape.
no,
Every time. I
exactly,
guarantee everybody that said that to you is a motherfucker not in shape.
exactly. No, no, they definitely were not. And the
There you
funny
go.
part is, it was like again, it was just more about like, man, like I need to do some hard fucking shit in my life that's going to make me feel uncomfortable. And sure enough, like I'm pretty close to that like 6 pack, which is insane to me because I've never been close to that like pretty much my entire life.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. It feels good to take care of yourself. Like, it's always the motherfuckers that don't take care of themselves. Like, all of my homies, when I start working with them, I start getting them right. They're like, damn, people are saying I'm looking skinny. And I'm like, they're all fat fucking people out of shape. Tell me I'm wrong. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, fuck them.
Yeah.
They just, they always, it's always those motherfuckers that ain't taking care of themselves that are going to tell you some dumb shit.
No, it's funny because like again, like I was always a big dude, you know what I mean? Like so people have said that to me like skinny and then, you know, I'm stronger at fucking like 195 than I was at 250, 260. You know, I'm more like muscular. So yeah, it's funny that you say just about it's like the motherfuckers that are out of shape saying that, but that's like 100% accurate.
Bro, every time I had that happen to me when I cut down. I'm at 182 right now, and when I was at like I cut down to 159.
Man,
I was fucking
lean as fuck.
chopped.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
chopped,
Credit.
and I a couple people like, oh my god, you're looking like sick, and I was like, motherfucker, look at you,
Yeah,
motherfucker, I look good and I feel good, motherfucker.
yeah.
Worry about
I'm
you.
ripped with an 8 pack. You know you look like you
Yeah.
need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, worry about your fat ass motherfucker. Like, we should be talking about you. I fucking feel good. I look good. And it's always the same fucking people. And they don't want to put in the work. They're scared to put in the work. And it's always the same motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's funny. Cause it's funny because like I literally like was playing ball a couple of days ago at LA Fitness and this dude that I like, you know, I played ball like up at this gym for like probably up 8 to 10 years or whatever. So I've been seeing people the last few months that I haven't like seen in a while, and I'm like, God damn, like what the fuck have you been doing? You know, and like this one dude was like, was like after we got done playing, he's like, oh man, I want to talk to you afterwards. And I was just telling him like, you know, I'm telling him was going through a divorce, just kind of was knew I needed to make some changes and just been super consistent and disciplined. Like that's all it is. Like
Oh, yeah.
consistency and discipline. And, you know, he's like, oh man, like I don't know if I'm gonna be motivated. Like motivated. I'm fucking rarely motivated to go to the gym. Like it has
What?
nothing to do with
Fuck.
motivation, discipline. That's what's going to get your ass there. Fucking keeping your word.
Yeah, the habits, the daily habits, bro. It's the habits that we do every single day. Like I get up, I I got up today. I felt like staying in bed. I felt like just fucking saying fuck all. I don't want to do shit. I went on a motherfucking hike already. I went on a run. I already got in the workout. I ran a little bit. Like, and I feel fucking amazing. If
Yeah.
I didn't do that shit, I would fucking snap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny too because I just had a crazy day today. Just had to do a couple podcasts, some work stuff. So I got up at 4, was in the gym at 5, did my upper body workout, came home, got my kids ready, 100 burpees, got my 3 daughters off to school. Then I went to play ball with my son. So I literally got 3 workouts in, already, and I feel great. Like I was a little tired after the ball, but like now it's like I got that energy, and it's like I didn't have this like energy, when I was fucking fat and overweight and not exercising and stuff in my face.
100%, bro. You got to give energy to get energy. People don't understand that. The only way you're going to get more energized is by putting more energy out into your exercises, into your fucking body so you get more back.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, no,
So
you
you
got
got
yeah, like it's again, it's something I wasn't like fucking aware of, but it's like I can sleep less and do more now than I could when I was in my 20s or even 30 years old, and it's just because I take care of myself significantly more.
big time, bro. Big time. You got 4 kids?
Yeah, yeah. I started young. So my oldest, my son will actually be 22 next month. I got a 16-year-old daughter and then an 8 and a 7-year-old daughter.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool, man.
What about you? I know
I
you.
4.5-year-old daughter. She'll be 5 in December.
Nice, nice. Yeah. They were a blessing, but they could also be a handful.
Oh, man, they're crazy, bro. They're crazy. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny because like my 2 little ones like last night slept in bed with me, and that's like never fun because they're like moving around and stuff. And then like I went to bed at like 12, got up at 4, and
Oh,
it's
they want to take the whole fucking bed, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My daughter's saying, yeah, they fucking put their feet in your face and shit.
Yeah, kick you in the face, kick you in the nuts. All right. All right, we're gonna start getting into the final 4 questions now.
Yes,
So
sir.
question number 1. What book, movie, or experience fundamentally changed your perspective on life and why?
It was that pastor, bro. That was what changed my life. That was what changed my perspective because I always felt like the answers were outside. I always felt like the answers were in a bottle, in a woman, in some dope, or in some money,
Yeah.
in all that, in everything that it wasn't, but it's all inside. And it was just that line of words that opened my mind to realize, hey, if I start looking inside and start doing the work on me, then my life is going to be better because life is going to be how I am.
Yep, yep.
If I'm looking for things and I want things to be a certain way, it's not going to be that way. But if I'm good with me, life is going to be good. And I'm going to be able to take on anything that comes my way.
Yeah, that's a great answer, and I couldn't agree more. And honestly, like, I didn't really fully kind of understand that probably literally until I started kind of like working with Wes.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say like I understood it within the last couple of years. I needed to, do something different to kind of get to a different level of life, but it was, more of a who, not a how, right? Like on how to fucking make money and do all of this shit, but it was me not really focusing and doing the stuff that I needed to do to become the person that like actually is going to attract the things that I want and desire.
100%, bro. If you look good, if you feel good, if you're vibing high, people can feel that wherever you go, and everything just gets attracted to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I get short guys, I get little short homies all the time. Like, bro, I can't get no women, and I'm like, bro, I know some real dumb, clumsy motherfuckers that are like 6'5" that can't. They're not confident because they don't take care of themselves. And I got homies that are like 5 foot nothing that take care of themselves, and they get anybody they want because they're bad little motherfuckers. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like straight up,
Yeah. It's
straight up.
confidence thing. It's like if you're not confident and like don't like how you look and feel, like why the fuck is someone else gonna, want you if you don't want you?
And you won't, and you never will be if you don't take care of yourself. You could act like you are, but we all know that you're not. But when you're taking care of yourself, we can see it and you can feel it. It's authentic.
Yo, it's funny that you just say like see and feel because, like again, like just, I've made significant changes in the last 4 or 5 months and just kind of like bumping into people like in the real estate community and shit. Like they'll say, oh, I see, like they see the pictures like online, but they're like, damn, like, you just got like a different energy to you, like you seem different. I'm like, I feel like I feel different, it's like, and it's just because of, you know, listening to my conscience and being real consistent with the shit that I know I'm supposed to be doing and not doing the shit I'm not supposed to be.
100%. It's like how you gonna walk around when you're like, okay, I'm gonna start taking care of myself. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then you take a couple days off here and there. It's like you're disrespecting yourself. You're not valuing yourself or your life. So there's no way you're gonna feel at 100%. There's no way you're gonna even have confidence in the words you speak, the way you carry yourself. So the only way to understand that is by doing it.
Yeah. Like, just from it's funny because something I realized too, like I've had trust issues just because a lot of fucking shit I've done and done to others, shit that happened to me, always had trust issues. But I realized a lot, like I would it's hard for you to trust others if you can't trust yourself. And for me, like with my
100%.
with my drinking, like I stopped drinking. It's actually almost been a year now. Like last December was the last time I had a drink. But it was like I knew for years like I shouldn't be drinking. Like, and I would be like, oh, like my conscience is telling me, oh, like you're gonna stop, you're not gonna do this. But then like you lie, right? Going to the gym. Like I never was consistent for more than maybe a couple months. Oh, you're gonna do this and be consistent. And then you don't do that. Like it's like if you consistently tell yourself that you're gonna do things and then you lie to yourself, like you're gonna just have no confidence. You're gonna feel like shit about yourself.
100%. You're programming yourself to be weaker, to look down on yourself, to feel like less, to look like less in every way. You're just disrespecting your own life, and you're disrespecting those around you as well, especially people like me and you that have kids.
Yep.
We're disrespecting our kids by not showing them, hey, this is how you should take care of yourself. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to show you.
Exactly. Yeah. Too often shit like me, like I'd be like, do as I say, not as I do, and that shit, like I knew growing up, like just from watching my parents, that shit doesn't fly. Like you're gonna do what they do, not what they say.
Every time, 100%, 100%, bro.
Question number 2. How do you define success?
Um, Success to me would mean the impact of how many people I help and I change their lives, man, daily. Like when I leave here, the more people that I can help change their lives, the more success I have in my life. That's what success is for me, man. And having a, good life for my daughter, for my family, for my loved ones. But being the best version of me, the most powerful version, but overall as a whole would be how big of an impact, how many lives I can change, how many people I can help while I'm here, while I'm alive.
Yeah, no, it's a great answer, and I think that is a true definition like of success. And I feel like, the more people, that you can impact and influence, there's usually a direct correlation into you making money because of that, right?
100%.
And too often, like I knew, like, hey, you got to impact, the more people that you impact and influence, the more, you can make money that way. And it has to kind of be about that. But with my, like, a lot of my real estate career, like it was about money. Like it wasn't like, trying to help people, like help.
Transaction.
Exactly. Like it was, I would help people as a byproduct of me trying to make the money, but it was like all about the money, and it's like I really have had like a big mindset shift about, just about how I go about doing stuff like that. And it's really, just trying to impact and influence people is huge in my opinion.
100%, bro. Yeah, when I was in Mexico, man, I was selling dope and selling guns, and everything was transactional. Hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And now I'm like, how many fucking people can I help today? And if you do it with good intention, it's karma. It comes
Yep.
back, whether you like it or not. And I've noticed the more people I help, fuck, I get paid like karmic debt. I get paid with money. I get paid in every single way. My life gets better. So when bad things ever do happen to me, bro, I'm like, I just have my window busted. I don't know if you saw that video, fucking video went viral where they busted out my window when I was on a hike, and they busted out a couple windows of the cars and people were freaking out, and I was like, I could freak out, but it's already over, you know?
Yeah,
And I thought about it. I probably had it coming. Probably some shit I did a long time ago. I probably had it coming. So that's how I think. If something bad happens to me, it's probably some shit I hold.
yeah,
So now I just do all good, and all good comes, man. But when if something bad does happen to him, like, I probably had it coming.
yeah. That's a great perspective to have.
Yeah.
Question number 3. If you could have a conversation with any historical figure, who would it be and what would you ask them?
Ooh, there's a couple, man. There's a couple of those motherfuckers.
If there's 2, you can pick 2 if you want.
I'd probably say Marcus Aurelius. I like Marcus Aurelius. He's the one that wrote Meditations.
Yep.
Have you read that book?
Yep.
It's a good one.
And
I'd probably just ask him on what his advice would be for in the world today. You know, what he sees, what he thinks, because all the stuff that he was talking about thousands of years ago is still relevant today.
Yeah.
You know, as we should be stoic, we should live stoically as a man. You know, we should control ourselves.
Yeah, and it's funny because like he was this, great ruler, and for him to kind of be writing the stuff that he did, most people just kind of think it's even insane that he was so philosophical, given he was such a great ruler.
Bro, great. Sounded like he was a great man. It sounded like a great person. I would say someone I'd like to speak with would be Alan Watts. Have you heard of Alan Watts?
No, who's that?
Check out Alan Watts if you get a chance, dude. He was a philosopher in, I believe, the 60s, 70s, somewhere around there. He traveled the world. He lived with the Buddhas. He lived with all different people, and he came up with his own philosophy on life. Crazy shit, trippy stuff. Great, crazy fucking guy. I'd definitely like to have a conversation with him for sure.
I'll definitely.
And one more would be Nipsey Hussle, bro.
All right. So what would you ask Alan, and then what would you ask Nipsey?
Shit, I would just ask Alan some crazy shit. I don't know. That motherfucker was a crazy motherfucker. I'll probably just trip with him. But I would ask Nipsey, man, what was the plan? Because I saw the impact that he was doing on kids. Like, I just went to speak at a high school in Inglewood a little while back because I want to make an impact on kids, on the future generations. Because I came from violence. I came from all the nasty shit, all the gang banging, violence, drugs, all that. And I saw what he was doing. I saw the impact. I would just ask him, hey, what was the blueprint you were doing, man? Because I saw what the great things he had coming out of him, what he was trying to do.
Yeah, it's funny because I live in on the East Coast, so up until he had been killed, I heard of him, but I really didn't know too much about him. And then once he got killed, I kind of just looked into his music and just kind of what he was about more, and I was like, damn, I wish I would have known more about this man when he was here, because it's funny, he was obviously very hood and did his drug shit and all that, but it looked like he was trying to make serious change and impact in his community, and just, we need more people like that. And it's a shame that the dude got killed.
100%. Yeah. I saw that he was saying that he started reading books. His mom put him on books when he was young. And so he saw life different. He was always questioning, why are we killing each other? Why this and why that? Most of them don't. When you're in that life, when I was in that life, I was like, this is normal.
Yeah, 100%.
This is normal. And it's really, it's not like that. It's whoa, we all bleed red. We all bleed the same
100%.
blood. But, so we should all help each other. We should all uplift each other. But also, when you're from an area, when you're from a hood or whatever, you gangbanging, you need to understand these enemies, bro, these are the people that understand you the most. So you should be helping each other the most. It's fucking insane. It's all fucked up. The whole system's all fucked up. But a lot of that's from music. A lot of that's from, movies.
The education system, to me, our fucking education system needs to be completely revamped. My daughter's in 11th grade. She has fucking chemistry. What the fuck is she going to do with chemistry? And if she's not going to be in the medical field, nothing.
Don't get started on the fucking Dude, bro, don't even get me started. Oh, bro, they need to cancel and revamp the whole fucking. People are just going in there remembering dumb shit they're not even
Yeah.
going to use. People
And
don't
it's
know how to
like,
control their mind. They want good workers. They want good slaves. They want you to pay your taxes, shut the fuck up until you die. They don't want you to think for yourself.
exactly. It was, I forget if it, I think it was like Henry Ford. Like so one of them big industrialists back in the day that had their hand in like the kind of developing the education system, but it was literally to just fucking pump out factory workers.
That's
Like
Rockefeller. That's
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
Yeah.
What he wanted was he wants good slaves that'll listen, that'll be good workers, and they're not going to question anything. They're going to raise their hand to go to the bathroom, and they're going to have a problem if they talk back or question anything, like how it is in society. Like I've been silenced on my platforms for saying some real shit about the government. This
Yeah,
is
it's
fucked
fucking
up.
insane. Yeah, I could literally talk about this for
Well, I don't want to get you canceled, bro.
we could do a whole nother episode on that one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get to the last and final question. What was a time in your life you had self-limiting beliefs, and what did you do to overcome them?
Man, I had self-limiting beliefs my whole life, bro. It was well, when I was a kid, I kind of thought, hey, I could do this and I could do that. But then I started seeing how like my family was, like my mom would crash the car into the living room, into the window, so because my dad would change the locks on the house, and he would have a bitch inside, and so it was just always wild. So I was always just seeing wild shit. She would take me out robbing and stealing so she could get her dope, and I just thought that was kind of how life was. So I was just very limited on things. But then once I started working on myself and I started becoming a greater man, I started realizing, hey, as long as I control this and I take care of this, there is no limit, bro. There is no limit. The only person that can limit me is myself. And I always thought it's all these outer things that are stopping me, this and that. And I was being a victim. But when I started taking care of myself, now I realize, man, I've done some crazy shit that I never thought I could do. I thought I was just gonna be like dead or in prison or selling dope for the rest of my life. It's amazing. It blows my mind.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like to me, like I learned about like the law of attraction. I want to say like it was like probably like 10 years ago at this point. But up until that point, like I was like I had gotten like started in real estate, which is kind of what I've been doing for over 10 years. But like I was always like, oh, if there wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have luck, and just like always super like negative and shit. And then this investor told me about the law of attraction. And I looked that shit up and I was just like, holy fucking shit. I'm like, this shit was all me the whole time. You know what I mean? It was like, and to me, and that's literally like a huge, point and purpose of doing this podcast is just like, a lot of people, when you were growing up, you didn't like probably maybe didn't see people that like were like having success. And if you did, like you're probably thinking like, oh, they're lucky or they're fortunate or like some other bullshit excuse. But it's like the longer that we keep telling ourselves them bullshit excuses, like the longer they're going to be true. As soon as we realize like, hey, like it's all on me, good or bad, like it's me. Nobody else can stop me, and nobody else is going to be, going to make it for you either. Like good or bad, it's going to be on you. And the sooner you realize that, and there's no outside circumstances or, anything that can hold you back other than you and your mind, like that's how real change can happen.
100%, bro. As soon as you take responsibility for your life and you really do, you don't just say it, you really understand that you're responsible, everything changes.
No, I
But
100% agree.
to push off on, oh, because my mom did this when I was young. I could say that more than fucking most people, but I don't. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm glad my parents did all the crazy shit they did. Why the fuck would I look at it any other way?
Yeah, honestly, like when I was probably like I did my first son when I was 18, and up until that point, like I had a victim fucking mindset. I'm like, like why the fuck did my dad have to be a heroin addict, and like why were we on welfare and all this bullshit excuses? And then I'm like, you know what, like whatever, it is what it is. Like maybe that shit wasn't like it just doesn't even matter anymore. Like if you want something to change, like you gotta like that's like on you. And like not that I completely changed my life by any stretch at that point, but it was just like a very slow journey at starting like, hey, like stop being a fucking victim. And like I always say, like, I've never seen a winner that was a victim, and I've never seen a victim that was like winning.
100%, bro. 100%. And a lot of people, what you just said, should understand that, because it's like, okay, your pops, bro, like he didn't have a book on life.
No.
And back then they had way less information than there is now. So when you take a step back and you're like, okay, so there wasn't really much information out. He was just a human trying to figure it out. It's like, whoa, that motherfucker was a kid at one time too.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to figure it
And
out. You can't hold that against him.
what it is like something like you can't take it personal, right? Like when I once I like, you know, I kind of got bad into drugs when I was like 13, 14, and then slowed down like when I had my son or whatever. But like after I kind of got through that phase, I was like, damn, like he didn't make a conscious choice and wasn't like, yeah, I woke up this morning and I'm gonna pick heroin over my 4 kids. Like, no, like it was like he started doing heroin when he was 17, right before he went to Vietnam, and like he had a crazy fucking life, you know. But like when I'm a kid and growing up, even in high school, you're like you take it so personal, and in reality, like, you know, he had a lot of like a very difficult life, you know, like, and it was just, you know, I realize now at the time, like they did the best they could under the circumstances, you know, to the best of their ability, and you know that's just what it is.
100%. And it's like it's on you and it's on me to be like, okay, they did it like that. I understand, but I can do it like this. And now I see what not to do. If
Exactly.
I don't agree with some things, then all I have to do is make a decision to say, hey, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the opposite. As we should. We should be what our parents could. They couldn't be because they didn't even have the fucking information.
Exactly. No, 100% agree. All right, Jerry. I greatly appreciate you hopping on, man. That was a great story
Appreciate you.
and journey that you shared with the audience. If anyone wants to, you know, get in touch with you, just like let them know, like number one, like where can they hit you up at, and number two, like how can you help the audience in any way?
IG is Jerry underscore unique underscore tattoos. YouTube is Jerry Hammond. Facebook, Jerry Hammond. Anybody wants to get a tattoo or they want to get on a program and change their life, change the way they look, they feel, they think, align their body, their mind, their soul, hit me up, man. That's what we do. We change lives on the daily, man. It's all love.
Cool, cool. Again, I appreciate you hopping on. That wraps up episode 10 of the Fuck It podcast. Would greatly appreciate any, you know, shares, comments, feedback, and hope everyone enjoyed.
Thank you, brother. A pleasure, man.
Yeah, that was great, Jerry. I greatly appreciate it, man. Like, great story. You know, we definitely can talk about some shit like off the podcast about like
Yeah.
just the government and stuff. But no, keep putting out that content, and you know, just keep motivating and inspiring. And if there's anything that I can ever do, my man, like reach out in any way. And I would definitely at some point we got to link up for sure.
Same here, brother. Same. It's all love always, man. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, have a good one, Jerry.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, bro. Thank you.